No go ntse jalo re Lebea re boela gape go wena ra go amogela gape semmuso mo Ga-Rankuwa FM.
Ke dumedisa ba retsi ba Rankuwa FM le wena Rorisan a o pa mo okay no
ya o siame ga jaanong re Lebea e tla be dira beke mo letsatsing la ka mosorra fa e sa le rentse le lebelo la bone la Mpileng Tshwane North Ultra ga ke itse wena maikutlo a gago a ntse jang ka mokgwa sengwe le sengwe se tsamaileng ka teng mo beke e fetileng.
Botlhatse bo di mapula ba ka moka re lo di mo le magelo ya thabile le ra I can say to you comfortably that we have reached a peak that we have always put as our target. Our phase one target for the event.
Ha re bua ka di-target tse ne le ipetse tsona re Lebea re bua ka eng?
O tla gopola moraonyana ke ile ka botsa gare e re ka kry at least a minimum ya e re ka fitlha 3,000 e tla be re fitlhile target ya rena based on mabelo a farafarana. Mara I can confidently tell you the entries were at about 3,900 which was a 40+% increase from the last event.
Yeah. Mere Lebea ebile o bua ka ntlha ya pula e tsweletseng go kana le ga jana lena ene se kgwetlho mo go lona ne le sa tshwenyega fa ene ka mokgwene ena ka gona mo letsatsing leo la matlhatso pele ga lebelo.
The risk here it's the storms. Where there are storms, you always get worried. Mara what we do when we plan event, we always check the risk. We do what we call risk assessment. Like only that thing that they call the lightning tracker or the storm tracker. You check that data. What are where is the lightning? Your fita go. So if you are at the event, you will realize that we have delayed the start of the race from 6 o'clock to about 6:05. And if you were at the start at that time, you will realize that around 5:58 there was a big lightning that came in just before the 6 o'clock. So we were anticipating that lightning, and the second one was the one that was gonna pass to 6:30. Where we were forced to move our 10 kilometer to at least to start with the 5 kilometer because we were anticipating that lightning. So if we were at the start, we would have experienced those two lightnings. So our assessment was clear, or we would not have a problem, and there was nothing that would warrant us to stop the race.
Me kwantle ga gore le nne le katle gore Lebea o tlhalose gore phase 1 a lona ka mogone le batla ka gona le kgonne go ifitlhella kwantle le katlego e re bone mo letsatsing la matlhatso ra itse gore beanong ga yana le ipaakanyetsa the big 5 e leng gore ke ya go diragala mo ngwageng o tla a gona le dikarolo tse dingwe gape tse e leng gore le santsane le na le matshwenyego ka tsona tse le naganang gore le the organizing committee le ka di siamisa go ya ko pele.
The bigger part of our concern is now the route itself and the parking. You would know that we experienced some car theft and some car damages on the very same parking area. We use, but people still insisted on using it. People insisted on coming and parking there, and they had to incur the cost of towing cars because their cars were stuck in the mud. So that is our concern, and it's quite one that gives one nightmares. But we are hoping that if we can start the engagement with the municipality around those two open fields, maybe something can happen in the future. It might not be next year, but it might be something that can happen. Maybe look at resuscitating the floor there with the pavement, or just put new concrete on top of the muddy side. so that we can be able to move. But from where we're sitting, the parking is a bigger concern. We are negotiating left and right to get more parking spaces, but it's our concern. The route itself, we've been fighting even long before the event with trying to get the municipality to help with closing some of the potholes. But the experience of Saturday also showed us that it's not only the potholes that becomes a problem, but even the lineage of the stormwater drainage of the municipality at some point, it's not necessarily well done, and it forces us off route. So if you check some of the videos, runners were forced to run inside the water, but it was just there and there.
No, ke di bone di tshwantse tse buang ka tsona re Lebea. Are o fetsa go tlhalosa ntlha ya parking. A re bue ka park and ride ne le tumelano lona le masepala go akaretsa le sekolo sa Pretoria North. Yona ga le seka e tsamaile ka mokgone le solofetse ka teng.
Not necessarily what we hope or in terms of the numbers, mara in terms of its operation, yes. It's a mile the way and it has proven to be something that would work. So those that went for park and ride, they can tell you that they had a nice way of coming to the event and going back. I think the other challenge was that it's us with the lack of signage and being uncertain. We may not have clearly showed the people where to go when it comes to after running, where the buses would have parked. But those are the things that becomes the learning curves. And we have taken lesson out of this year. We're still going to implement it still next year. And we are urging people to consider using the park and ride other than depending on using the parking floor there, because the parking floor there, it's not safe. Not only with the people that will damage your car, but even the mud itself. You don't want to incur 500 of a tow car because you don't want to spend 1/5 of park and ride.
Yeah, no. Ke nnete re Lebea. Yaanong le setse le tsweletse anong ka di ipaakanyo gonne o tlhalositse gore ngwa go tlang ya gonna e tona jaanong ke batla go tlhaloganya gore ne le setse le beetse letlha ko thoko le leng gore Mpileng Tshwane North Ultra ya go tshwariwa ka lona.
Yeah, re thomile. We already paid everyone, and including all the suppliers, just so that we put the 2026 behind our back. It's a long weekend. We're just gonna rest for the long weekend, but after the long weekend, we will start talking with the different stakeholders to plan the 2027. So we already had an engagement with our current title sponsor, Mpileng, who have confirmed that they are still on board for 2027. So that one is no more an issue of saying we're still going to sit with them down and talk. We actually had a meeting today to discuss those arrangements for 2027.
Yeah.
So we are on the roll for 2027 because it's going to be big, and there is a lot of things that we can bring on board if we plan on well in advance.
Ke le gantse di monate tseo re Lebea ha di bua ka gore dituelo le di dirile ba atlete le bona ba bone madi a bona.
Everyone else.
Me anong ba atlete re Lebea ga le ba duela yana le ne le setse le ba tlhotse le ba dirile diteko tsa madi jalo go tlhola gore ga gona ba diriseng di performance enhancement jalo.
No, we didn't have the doping control on our event for this year. So we remember it's not always the case that every event will have doping control. It's only when you've got doping control that you can delay the result. But we didn't have any doping control.
oh ya kwa bofelong re Lebea re tswalla o khonne go totobatsa gore re maketse ke nnete gore makaditse ka rekoto ela kana ga ya robiwa rekoto e nentse le teng ya ga Ruben Musiana.
No, the record is broken. The record is broken. Got 22nd from the initial one. It was 56.50. Now it's 56.30.
Yeah. All right. Re Lebea re lebogetse na kwa ga go raitsho le mona kunyetla.
Ra leboa Rorisan le ba retsi ba Ga-Rankuwa FM. We always appreciate the support that you guys give us. Let's hope you will always keep it like that.
100% re Lebea mo tsatsing la Sontaga gona le ditlhopha tse dintse tse pedi tsa go Soweto di a tshameka gona le se o tsamang le sona mo go tsona.
No matter what happens, my blood always golden black.
Oh, okay.
With the pain it is.
Okay. No, re Lebea nna le wena ya ga gore e tlogela mo ke a lebogara.
Thank you.
Eitada. Yeah, ona re buisana ke Hloks Lebea ke motsamaisi mogolo wa lebelo la Mpileng Tshwane North Ultra o ra letse phate ka mokgosengwe le sengwe se tsamaileng ka teng mo mafelong a beke ke ne ke le ka go ke tsamaile le motlhagisi mogolo wa thuleganywe re ile ka go re dirile dipuisano di le mmalwa tse dintsi re buisana le batho ba le bantsi ka go gone go le monate go le motlele go bonagala gore no ka nnete batho lebelo la Mpileng Tshwane North Ultra ba le rata.